Hi, what is up YouTube? It's your girl Londi and welcome to Study with Londi. On today's episode, I'll be doing a poem analysis on the poem The Morning Sun is Shining. So sit back, relax, and let's study.
Line 1 and 2. The morning sun is shining on the green willow tree. Line 1 and 2 set the scene. It's a beautiful morning and the poet is reflecting on the beauty of this morning. The repetition of the word green reinforces the beauty of nature and emphasizes the intensity of the green color of the willow tree. Green is a color that is associated with life. Similes that we can use are freshness, lush vegetation, and health, right? The sun is also symbolic of life. Line 3 and 4. And send a golden sunbeam to dance upon my knees. So in line 3 and 4, we have a personification of how the sun blesses the earth and provides joy and entertainment. So basically, this reinforces the beauty of the morning and it helps create a mood of joy, happiness, cheerfulness. And it is also a benevolent sun, right? So we can see the sun's kindness here in the word golden. Line 5 to 8. The fountain bubbles merrily, the yellow locust spring of life and light and sunshine, the happy brown birds sing. In the next few lines, we kind of expand on the beauty of nature in this scenery. So in line 5, we see a personification, right? So the fountain is given the human quality of bringing joy, and it reinforces the mood of happiness, cheerfulness, joy, and so on and so forth. The poet then mentions the yellow locust, right? So this is echoing the golden sun, and basically the image of the color yellow is sustained through the poem. So the word spring also adds to the energy that we have seen throughout the poem, right? It adds vibrancy to the elements of nature that we have seen, and this idea is continuously affirmed by the description of the brown birds. Then we also have an onomatic word, bubbles, which is a happy sound. We then have the repetition of the word and in line 7. So this basically alludes to how spontaneous the expression of his emotions are, and it just makes us as the reader see how beautiful his surroundings are. It reinforces the idea that his surroundings are genuinely beautiful. We also have some alliteration in line 7. So this is the repetition of the L sound, right? So it's life and light, which gives us a sense of freedom. And then going back to the birds a little bit more. So the song that the birds are singing is a happy song, right? And the birds are singing about life and light and the sunshine, right? And this just contributes to the whole idea that the natural world is celebrating life in the plants, in the insects, in the birds, in everything. The whole of nature is just rejoicing in the morning sunshine. Line 9 to 12. The earth is clothed with beauty, the air is filled with song. The yellow thorn tree load the wind with odors sweet and strong. So looking at the word clothed, right, that is a personification. So the earth is wearing beautiful clothing. That's personification is given the human quality to wear clothes. So then every part of the world is covered with these clothes and is filled with beauty. So this makes the poet happy, So focusing on the line, sweet, strong odor or odor of sweet and strong, right? So we have alliteration there, the repetition of the letter S, right? And the fact that we have that alliteration, it reinforces the smell, how strong the smell of the flowers are. And then we also have the song, the sweet, the S. So all these S's contribute to the lyric quality of the poem, and it shows us how this poem is celebrating the beauty of nature through sound and through its smell. Yeah. And then looking at the part that says thorn trees, right? So this gives context to the poem a little, right? So the poet is a South African poet, or she's someone from South Africa. And the fact that she writes thorn trees, it gives context to the poem, right? And then the trees are full of flowers, which emphasizes the sense of smell that we can smell. And like I said before, the the repetition of the letter S just reinforces how strong the smell from these flowers are. lines 13 to 16. There is a hand I never touch and a face I never see. Now what is sunshine? What is song? Now what is light to me? So looking at the last part, there's a lot going on, right? So when we read this last quatrain or this last part of the poem, we notice that there is a change of tone or attitude from the poet, right? And then this should strike us as the reader, right? Because the poet uses the words like never, right? And the word never indicates that there is absolutely no possibility of her being able to touch or see her child again, right? So the speaker is filled with despair or sadness because she has lost someone important to her. So the touch there suggests that there was a close relationship between her and the person, right? It is someone who she believes she will never see again, and that thought makes her unhappy, and she cannot appreciate the natural beauty around her. And the use of present tense implies that despite the passage of time, the speaker still grieves this loss, right? This could possibly describe the extent of pain that the speaker has at the loss of this loved one. So now the speaker ends this poem with a rhetorical question, right? So basically she says, what's the point of experiencing this beautiful natural morning if there is no one to share it with, right? And the fact that she asked this question, or the fact that she's surrounded by her scenery and she's able to end the poem like this, it shows us as, I was going to say the poet, it shows us as the reader that the beauty does not overshadow her pain. The fact that she's surrounded by this beautiful, the beauty of this morning, the beauty of nature, it does not overshadow her pain. She is still experiencing her emotional turmoil in this beautiful scenery. I have some additional information for us in case we'd like to go through them and make notes for ourselves. Please feel free to pause the video, write these down, and make notes for yourself.